welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Leah. I do a lot of home decor videos, a lot of artwork stuff, and today's video is actually going to be a continuation of my getting married series called Something Blue. Today's video is going to be my DIY wedding acrylic signs. So anything that I needed, like table numbers or any type of signs that were acrylic, that is what today's video is going to be. It's actually a lot more simple than it seems. I think they turned out pretty good if I say so myself, but let's just get into this video. Alright, starting off, I just wanted to show you guys, Jordan made me these stands for them, but you can get them on Amazon for like $15, I think. I just didn't want to spend the money since he works with wood, so I just sanded them down, and then he made this little insert, so I just sanded inside just to make sure it was smooth, and then I put, I forget what this is, I think it was Early American on it, and I just did 2 coats right away just to kind of saturate it. These are the acrylic signs I got. They are 8 by 10. I got them off of Amazon. I will have them linked down below, but they were wonderful. So the first one was the dessert menu sign. For most of these projects, I started by just doing like a rough draft of what I wanted it to look like on my iPad. This is the Procreate app. It's like my favorite thing to use ever. I love it. So I just drew it out and then I printed it to the size that these were. So I just took the plastic off of the front and the back, and then I just laid the acrylic piece over so I could trace it. I figured this was going to be the easiest way to do it. I didn't want to print out or cut out vinyl on my Cricut because I was just like, I want it to feel a little bit more handmade. So I just used these pens, which honestly I love them. I've had them for years and they're still perfect, and they're just so vibrant in color. The next one was the hashtag signs, and these were made the exact same way. Again, I'm using the same pen touch. And then the second one, I don't think I filmed it, but the second one I used black, and I had these in 2 different locations just to create like a little bit of difference so they weren't exactly the same. But I just traced this one as well. I printed it out the exact same way, and then I put our hashtag at the bottom so that when people were nearby they could use that whenever they took pictures, which nobody really noticed, so it was kind of a lot of work for no reason, but oh well. Then I just spray painted the back of these with a frosted effect, and this is how they turned out, and I love them. I think they're beautiful. Such a great way to just be nice and elegant. Next is the food and the drink menus. This is also the exact same way I did the other 2, but this one I wanted to do a little bit different, so I did white, and then I added leaves on the other side and just made this one a little bit different with the handwriting. So I made the top more handwritten, and then the other part is more like serif, I guess is the word for it, just a little bit more put together. And then these were the options we had for the bar. I just wanted to make it so I could put it by the bar and you could walk up and see it without it being like theirs, because I just like my own handwriting and I like my own look to it. And then I just put it on the edge here so that that kind of was on the edge. That's Blue behind me if you can hear her. This pen is wonderful for these acrylic signs. I highly recommend. And then the second one is done exactly the same, but it was just our menu. We had a pretty good menu. Everybody was really happy with it. We had chicken and we had barbecue rib tips. And the rib tips were a little bit rough, but the chicken was delicious. And then all of our sides, and then I think we had bread and salad as well, and that salad was bomb. And we had so much food left over. Bless you. I had so much macaroni, it was amazing. But this is the second one. I also sprayed the back of these, and this one I think I did a little bit lighter so you could still see the white against it without it being like too thick. And I love how this looks. It just absolutely makes me happy to look at. And my little styling is, you know, just to get the idea of it. I didn't get any footage at the wedding, but I love how all of these colors look together, and it just made me so happy to see my vision come to life. Next were table numbers. I saw a similar thing on Pinterest and I really loved how it looked, and I really wanted to bring in some green elements, so this is going to be a mixture of all of these greens that I got from Walmart in like the dollar section for paint. And I just started dabbing on color, and I should have mixed it before I put it on, but I thought I could mix it during, which did not work. So the very first one has more of that green in the front, but then I started mixing the blue greens together and did the rest of them that way, so they all kind of had a nice cohesive look to them, and I love how this turned out. And then I went to my iPad and I just put in all of the numbers I wanted for all of our tables, and then I like inputted the picture underneath so I could see how it was gonna look when I laid down the vinyl on top, and then I just sent all of these to my computer. Then I just inputted them into the Cricut design, and then I just put them on the size that they were gonna be. I believe they are 4x6. So I just inputted them and then made them all the same size and just did a massive cut so it would just put them on the page as big as it needed. Then I exported it so that it would send to Cricut, and then I believe I cut it out after that once I figured out the size that I was going to need to cut my vinyl, so I didn't have to use too much. And then just flatten that down. Mine are starting to get a little not as sticky, so I need to clean them. Then I just loaded and we were off. Weeding this was actually very difficult because this font had a lot of little pieces that would come off because it was more of like a handwritten painted look. So weeding it took a very long time. And then I just flipped over my acrylic pieces so that the paint was on the back side. And then I just peeled off the front so that I could use my transfer tape, which is from Dollar Tree. I just used clear contact paper and then placed it where I wanted it and flattened it out, and then just peeled away the transfer paper. It's super simple once you get the hang of it, and honestly this transfer paper works just as well as the Cricut one. This is how they turned out, and I loved them. Everybody said they were beautiful and they were a really good hit on the tables. So this is everything finished, and honestly I love how they all turned out. They all look very cohesive but still different from each other, and they looked so beautiful at my wedding. I'll insert a few pictures at the end of actually how they looked styled. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I post. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is the same as my YouTube channel, and I will have it here on the screen somewhere and linked down below. But I'm gonna go. I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!